Hey, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Chastity. Here we talk about beauty, entertainment, celebrities, books, movies, anime, TV shows, and kind of anything else that garners my attention this week. So, hey guys, you might be wondering like where I've been these past couple weeks, because normally I do try to post 2 videos a week, and the last 3 weeks I only posted 1 video a week, and then last week I didn't post at all. I was completely gone. The day after I had posted my American Horror Stories video, I had found out my uncle was in the hospital and he was very sick with COVID. And then the day before I released my queer representation versus the white gays, my uncle passed. And after that, I really just wasn't in the mood to make any videos, talk about trivial topics. I really just wanted to be by myself. Thank you to all my friends who've like been there by me, helping me deal with this. Saturday, the one that just passed, was his funeral. It was very beautiful. I unfortunately didn't get to go just because the funeral place could only allow 15 people to go. But they were very kind enough to live stream it, so me and the rest of the family didn't get the chance to go to Connecticut. We got to watch it. And today I do feel a lot more optimistic, a lot happier, you know. So I'm going to sit in front of this camera and talk to you guys about nonsensical things. I don't really think there is going to be another video this week because I really am not in the emotional place to really tackle any serious topics. If you guys want me to, I could talk about the VMAs, but that might come out a little bit later in the week because I don't know. But we'll see. If enough of you guys want me to, I have no problems, dragging the VMAs. Dragging the VMAs might, help lift my spirits. So today we are talking about my favorite topic, which is makeup, but not just makeup. We're talking about Fenty Beauty. If you are unaware, I have a TikTok. My name there is Kickback Next Door. And on my TikTok, that's really where I do most of my beauty content. I do beginner-friendly makeup tutorials, I do anti-hauls, and I sometimes do just talk about a specific makeup brand or things like that. I do a lot of beauty-related content on my TikTok because it's just much easier to grow beauty content there than here on YouTube. It is very hard. I'm actually surprised that my Benefits Cosmetics video did as good as it did because makeup is hard on YouTube. But I had every Friday I post anti-hauls. And in my last anti-haul, one of my mutuals, she commented that Fenty Beauty has been releasing a ColourPop amount of products lately. And my initial reaction was to be like, no. It's just the format that they're releasing products is so much different. But then when I sat with myself and I thought, and I was just like, it does feel like Fenty is releasing so many products. So today we're just gonna do a cute little deep dive into Fenty Beauty. So like I said, my initial response was to try to refute that because nobody, and you hear me, nobody releases more products than ColourPop. And that Fenty is not releasing more, they're just releasing their products in a different format. Walk with me here. Okay, so the first 2 years of Fenty, they would do big drops. So a big drop for the change of seasons of spring, a big drop, summer collection, big drop, fall collection, big drop, and then they would release their winter holiday collection. That was how Fenty was doing it. Fenty would never really ever drop just 1 or 2 products. They would always drop collections. And dropping collections versus a bunch of mini products just always feel different because collections are cohesive. There's supposed to be multiple products, but and that makes complete sense in your brain why there would be multiple products for a collection. But there is no reason for a brand to release 15 products that don't go together. So even though Fenty was releasing a lot of products, because they were doing it in this big drop format, it felt like they were saturating the market a little bit less. They weren't always in our face. We would have the teasers leading up to the launch, the products will be released, and then we wouldn't hear from Fenty for a few months until the next season. And then we see them again with the teasers and the people trying stuff out. And then they would release the products. We wouldn't hear from Fenty again. That feels a lot different than how a brand like ColourPop moves when every week ColourPop is releasing collections and products, okay? ColourPop don't just release like 4 products at once. They'll have full collections with eyeshadow palettes, lip glosses, lip liners, blushes, bronzers, highlight. Like they'll do that multiple times in a singular month, and that is oversaturated because it's a weekly thing. It's what collection is ColourPop releasing this week. So Fenty would do the exact opposite. We'd have our big collection, then the girls would go away and come back. I would argue that this format of releasing products directly correlates with the success of Fenty because they were doing it like this with these big drops, and we would have months in between a next launch. Fenty was in our face, so we never got the chance to be annoyed with Fenty the way we are with other brands. I'm fatigued when it comes to ColourPop. I am sick of going on Trendmood and going on any other beauty page and seeing 15 ColourPop products in a row. It's refreshing when you see brands that at least appear like they're taking their time curating new products, that there's thought in the makeup. That's what people like, and that is how Fenty was perceived to us, that they definitely like took their time, because there would be months in between Fenty releases. Like you'd get a Fenty product and then you wouldn't hear from Fenty again for months. But then when we would get a new collection, it would be worth it, and it'd be all of these innovative and amazing and trendy products, because it felt like Fenty was taking their time and really like paying attention to trends and paying attention to what people were asking for, what people wanted in makeup. And so when that format made it worth the wait, you got excited when Fenty dropped products. And I still get excited when Fenty drops products. Not as of late, because we'll get into it, it's been a lot. But before, anytime I knew Fenty was going to drop, I'd be like, let me just go and save some money in the Fenty fund, okay? Because Fenty products are not the cheapest. Okay, lip glosses be $22, So it's like, I would put money away and be like, oh, Fenty dropping. Like, it was an excitement. Like I said, Fenty, though drops infrequently, drops a hefty amount of products, okay? Like, I feel like people don't remember, like, that first launch was huge. It was huge. They released the Pro Filter Foundation. They released the first Gloss Bomb. They released brushes, sponges, a primer, blotting paper, contour sticks, and the what's it called? And the highlighters, right? Like, that was the first launch. That's a hefty launch. And Fenty has continued on releasing so many products. Like, I feel like people don't understand, like, Fenty Beauty is only 4 years old, but they have an extensive collection. Like, if you look at other brands that are around 4 or 5 years old, they don't even have half the collection Fenty does. But that's also because Fenty is part of a conglomerate, so Fenty has the resources to release as many products as they do at one time. A lot of these other brands are indie brands, and they just don't have the means to release as much as they do. But I feel like that's what makes those brands even better than a lot of the big named brands, just because those releases feel more special, because they really took their time and were like, I have to make something that the girls are gonna love. Like, listen, I'm not gonna get into too many indie brands, but like Colored Rain, JD Glow, the Crayon Box, listen, release infrequently, but every release is worth it. So with all that in mind, that was why my initial response was that Fenty isn't releasing a lot of products. We're just used to drops instead of singular products, right? So, but then I was thinking about that, like, this month alone, Fenty has released a mini, like, travel size Pro Filter foundation. They've released a highlighter trio. They're releasing an eyeshadow palette. They're releasing 3 new Gloss Bomb Heats. They're releasing a brown flat liner. This is what has been released or is going to be released in the month of September. September alone, that's 5 products. Side note, why is Fenty releasing the eyeshadow palette? I feel like they have not learned their lesson. Okay, look, this is the thing. The Fenty eyeshadow formula is not horrible. It's not. Is it worth how much it costs? No. No. Not when you think about the other eyeshadows in the same price range that does so much more than a Fenty shadow. And it's just like the original, like the holiday palettes, like the one, I think one of them was an all shimmer palette. Everyone hated that. And then they released another one, was the Moroccan Spice. That was terrible. And then like they almost got us with the snap shadows, and everyone was so excited. They're like, I'm gonna get all 8. I'm gonna get all 8. Then they released. And when's the last time you see somebody use a snap shadow? Exactly. Like the highlighters make better eyeshadows than their actual palettes. It's shameful. The Fenty eyeshadow formula is not bad. It's not great though. And again, if I'm going to spend upwards of $40, $50, I don't need okay, I need great. I'm sorry. Because especially when I can get like really good eyeshadow palettes from drugstore brands that cost way less. Why am I? That's the thing. With these brands, with these $40+ palettes, you have to make the price worth it. Especially when the drugstore girls be stepping on y'all necks. Okay? Too many drugstore brands got good palettes. So tell me why, instead of spending $15, I should spend $45+. And Fenty fails that assignment every single time. Every single time. And again, they're not terrible. But it's definitely not worth the price. Like at all. Those are $15 shadows at best. I'm being nice. Sorry, I just had to get a little rant in my spirit because I just don't understand why we still make eyeshadows Fenty. Like again, the failure that was the snap shadows, because I've not seen an eyeshadow palette have so much buzz like those snap shadows. And then they came and they went. And the streets ain't never seen them since. So, like I mentioned, this month alone, the month of September, we barely even halfway through this month. They have either released or are going to release 5 products this month alone. Now this year, or these last 2 years, because these last 2 years since we've been locked in the house, the format has gone from big drops to singular products, which makes more sense just because since we've been locked in the house, consumerism has gone down. People are not buying makeup the way they used to. So the releasing huge collections, big drops, wasn't going to work for Fenty. So they quickly pivoted. But now because of that pivot, it feels like the oversaturated market. So this year, with those 5 products, I'm going to read off my list because I got the worst memory. So those 5 products, like I said, the highlighter trio, the eyeshadow palette, 3 new gloss bombs, the heat ones, the ones that tingle, a mini pro filter, brown fly liner. They released perfume. I'm adding the perfume because when you go on the Fenty beauty site, the perfume's right there. They released like 2 new regular gloss bomb shades. When they released like that hot pink one, the other one that was like a duo, they released the Gloss Bomb Heat, which was also interesting because the first Gloss Bomb Heat came out in July. And usually with Fenty, when they have a new product, they'll wait like 6 or 7 months before they go to extend it. But with the Gloss Bomb Heat, we got 1 in July and then we got 3 new ones in September. That's a lot. They released the Eavesdrop Skin Tints, which I love. I'm wearing it today. Can you tell? No, you can't. They released the Gloss Bomb Clip dip thingies. The thing that we all thought were like April Fool's jokes. They were like a gloss bomb and like a lip balmy type texture, and you could like clip it and then take it off and like use your finger and put it on your lips like we weren't in a pandemic. They released the bright fix eye, not me not being able to read. Oh God, the Bright Fix Eye Brightener. They released the Body Sauce Body Tint. That was the body products, like the Body Lava, but like in a little different formula. They released the Gloss Bomb creams, which I love. I love them to death. They've released their skincare line. They released powder foundations and bronzers. That was this year. All of that this year and last year, so the past 2 years, that's everything they've dropped. And we already know the holiday seasons are right around the corner, so we're definitely going to get a whole holiday collection. Can I say I hate holiday collections? Holiday collections, regardless of brands, are usually terrible. Like, the holiday collections are usually the worst formulas, and I'm never excited for holiday collection. And y'all shouldn't be either. And if I'm being honest, that does feel like a lot of products. It just does. There's just something that feels different when you're dropping singular products versus a collection. A collection is supposed to be extensive. It's a collection. That makes sense. But you shouldn't be dropping like 5 singular products in a month. That doesn't make any sense. That's a collection. Just was a collection. Also, a collection does not always need an eyeshadow palette, and a lot of these brands are like struggling to understand that you can release a collection and there not be an eyeshadow palette. I promise you, you will not get hung. I promise you won't. But yeah, it just feels like I'm seeing so much of Fenty on my timeline, and it does feel bizarre to like go on Trend Mood and on every single line there's a Fenty product. Like, and that does feel a little color pop-ish. I get it. I really do get it. It's just, it feels overwhelming. Again, I'm not used to Fenty being in my face like that for that specific reason. Like, that reason of just they're in my face because of releasing is a new foreign concept. I don't like the concept. I really, really don't. I liked the collection format, but I do understand that like the market is heavily saturated, and people aren't buying makeup like they used to. They're not, which is why I don't understand why they're releasing so much. Like, it is a lot. Like, it is a lot. And I feel like Fenty has been lucky because they really haven't had any misses outside of eyeshadows. They really haven't had any. Oh, and the clip on touch your mouth and Rona lip gloss. That was a terrible idea. Foolish, dumb, stupid even. But yeah, like, they don't really have many misses. So I feel like people are kind of accepting it, but it's like, this is a lot of products. It's a lot. Like, all at once. Again, 5 this month. This is what, September 13th? How? How's there 3 things? The month just started like a week ago. How did we get here? The month just started. So that's it for me. What are your guys' thoughts and opinions? Do you think Fenty is releasing too many products? Do you think that Fenty is releasing as much as they normally would, but because they're dropping them like individually, it just feels like more? What do you think about my makeup? How do you feel about the look? Do you like it? My first day back in like a week, decided to give y'all a little too much of everything. Don't have my baby hairs. I've been natural for like since the end of my junior year of high school, and I am still awful at baby hairs. Are you too also bad at baby hairs? Please tell me so I can feel better about myself. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The song of the day is, hold on, let me go, because last Friday, so many people dropped. Like, Aaliyah's 3rd album was released. Who else? Eric Bellinger released an album. Sid released a song. So many people dropped. It was crazy. But the song of the day for today is Ease My Mind by Nija. So yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!